everyone. Welcome to this week's Soul Service Astrology Update, the week of the 31st of May, 2021. Hi, I'm Kel Gunter. I am the creator of Soul Service Astrology, and it is a program. It is a 12-month program to help you attune to your intuition. It shows you a technique. It shows you embody the technique, you integrate the technique to become the master of your brain, the master of your ego, the master of your subconscious, so that you can shift beliefs and have a different experience. So you can end things like confusion and procrastination and worry. You just have this technique built into you through Soul Service Astrology so that you can shift things. And through that process, it helps you attune to your intuition. Now, of course, you're going to learn astrology. I'm going to teach you astrology. You become the astrologer of your life first. It's as within, so without. So we have to become the astrologer of our life first, of our birth chart. We master that. And then you get given the skills so that you can share that within your service if you feel called to. For 20 years, I used astrology for myself. That's it, for 20 years. And then 2 years ago, the penny dropped. Oh, this is meant to be in my service. So that's Soul Service Astrology, the program. It starts on, the next intake starts on the 12th of July. And if you're interested in that, please do send me a message. I have a pre-launch special and you'll save over $1,000 if you do join up to that program for 12 months with me, and I would love to serve you. Right, let's get into this week's astrology. This week's astrology is actually pretty awesome. It's pretty awesome. Now, we want to remember that there's Mercury's retrograde in Taurus. We've got Saturn retrograde in Capricorn, and we have Pluto retrograde in Sagittarius. Now, this is all 13 sign sidereal astrology. This is astrology matched with astronomy. I firmly believe we should be referring to where the planets can be observed within our historical period, informed by our technology and science, to then divine meaning, energetic meaning, for us to have a different experience, to be perhaps have a different perspective, to change how our life looks. Now, I want you to all experience freedom. I have freedom. I want you to have freedom, and I want you to then sprinkle freedom on everyone else's life, and that you can do through your service. And you can use astrology to do that. So this week, there's a lot of aspects forming that are asking us to review. Those three aspects that I just described to you then are looking for you to review your values, Taurus, review what leadership means to you. And we need to do this in the world today, don't we? Beautiful Claire Foll mentioned to me that one of her mentors, Meg Berryman, had said leadership, with another letter added, I think, can be rearranged into eldership. And perhaps that means something for you. And then Pluto going backwards in Sagittarius, it is a great time to go and do the inner work, to go and look at what fears are coming up. And you'll hear me talk about fear through this week's forecast. Fear shows up in a myriad of ways. It has many faces. Of course, we have good fear when we're being potentially, there's a threat to our life. But then there's also not so great fear that can hold us back. But while it's not so great and holds us back, you can use this collective energy that I'm describing to you to empower yourself to observe your thoughts, because that's where fear starts. Fear starts in our thoughts. Then it turns into a belief, then it turns into a feeling, and then it turns into our reality. So for example, if you are procrastinating, that is a fear that is coming up and it's manifesting in your life as holding you back from getting your work done. work that you believe that you're connected to. Now, that is a fear. Procrastination is a messenger. Something is holding you back. The saboteur is holding you back. So when I refer to fear, that's what I mean. Now, aside from that beliefs and fear might pop up for you this week, what is also happening is there's a lot of energy towards getting us to realize our higher potential. It's asking us to look at, how do you want your life to look, your life vision? How do you want that to look? Not necessarily just some lofty, up there, high, overarching strategy or, fanciful idea, but what are you doing in your creative life? There's a lot about our creative life and building stuff, because Taurus is the architect, but also very tapped into beauty and intuition and art. And there's the sun's still in Taurus as well. That's our creator. So there is this energy of review, but also this energy of, let's look at how we can design our life. What do we want that life to look like? Now, of course, I'm going to add a caveat to that. We can't possibly imagine what our life could be like in its highest potential, limited by the mind. So a lot of this week's energy is asking you to get into a feeling state and to tap into your intuition and get out of the mind. And that's the Mercury retrograde portion. So we want to calm the mind down. We want to activate our heart and turn it on and activate our heart's intelligence, which is through our feeling state, and move towards feeling states like gratitude, appreciation, compassion, celebration, joy, freedom, all those higher freedoms, vibrational states. Now, we don't want to do that I've got to push positive thoughts on crappy feelings. We don't want to do that, right? We don't want to push positive thoughts on crappy feelings. It's not the way it works, right? If you are feeling feelings at the moment, feel them. Allow yourself to feel them. Cry, scream, punch a pillow. Don't punch anyone. Punch a pillow. If you've got to let anger out, if you've got to let shame out, if you've got to let grief out, let it out. You are allowed to feel your feelings. This is coming from a little girl that was never allowed to feel her feelings. And I've had to do a lot of work to be okay that I'm allowed to cry. I'm allowed to show my feelings. I'm allowed to be sensitive. That's not a bad thing, right? Then on top of that, so you're feeling your feelings, but then you get to vision. You get to tap into your intuition. You get to tap into your creativity and really start to feel how you want your life to be. Feel it. It's usually from the dirt, from the leaf litter, from the death of things and the reworking of things that plants grow. And it's usually when we have a death in us that beautiful things can grow. It feels fucking uncomfortable. It does, because our brain's going, don't go there, don't go there, something bad's going to happen. But really, it's just our thoughts that we've programmed, and we're breaking them down and we're trying something new. So it's okay to feel your feelings. I want you to feel them. I want you to tap into your feeling state and start to use practices that elevate you towards freedom, joy, gratitude, appreciation, celebration. That's basically an overview of this week. I could go into all the detail of the aspects that are happening, but I will do little reels all this week. So you'll see little reels pop up in my Instagram later in the day. If you want that information earlier in the day, if you want the videos earlier in the day, then come and join my free Facebook group called Sidereal Stars with Kelx. Daily posts will be popped in the group in the morning, so you'll get the information in the morning. I think that's all I really want to say about this week. We're really expanding our horizons here while also sort of, rebirthing and reintegrating and reviewing. It's almost like we're being called to practice doing both at the same time. We can be reworking, restoring, regenerating, reviewing, rejuvenating, resting, while also still feeling how we want life to be for us. Feeling into how we want to serve, feeling into what is the impact and the legacy that we desire to leave, feeling into what does leadership really mean to me? What are the leaders that I look up to? And you can be doing the feeling and shifting things, and you can be doing that at the same time, because of course we're not separate. So I want to encourage you, I want to inspire you, I want you to know that you have an innate wisdom within you that can do these things at the same time, and nobody gets left behind. That is the idea. We don't want anyone to get left behind. So that's this week's download. It came through in a very downloaded fashion for me this week after writing all these notes. If you do want, as I mentioned, if you do want the specifics on each day, come and join my group, Sidereal Stars, in Facebook. The link is in my bio, or it'll be popped down below if you're watching this on YouTube. And also, while Mercury is retrograde, I'm running Mercury retrograde with Kelx, and that is a daily practice on my IGTV. So if you're watching here, it'll be in IGTV at approximately 8 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time every night for pretty much the month of June. Up until the 21st of June, we'll be doing that. If you want to catch up, they're all in IGTV. Now, on the Tuesday and the Thursday night, it'll be a little bit later, 9 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time and 9:30 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. So everything that I've just told you about this week, and this energy and this reviewing energy and where we're headed, and we're headed towards a full solar eclipse on the 10th of June. So we're being shunted to a new gear, and that's what an eclipse season does to us. And we've just had that. So you might have had a big purge, a big release. You might still be feeling that. It's quite common. We've got Mercury retrograde, of course, so that the whole releasing vibe is still there. But as we head towards that shunting of gear, you're in change, and change can feel uncomfortable. But it's only uncomfortable to the brain. Your soul knows what to do. Your soul knows what to do. So if you come and practice with me, it's turning off the logical brain, it's turning off the reasoning brain, and it's dropping into our spirit's intelligence and moving into a feeling state. And just come and try it. What have you got to lose? Come and try it with me every night, Australian Eastern Standard Time, for the month of June up until the winter and / summer solstice, actually. So it's beautiful timing for us here in the Southern Hemisphere. And that's it from me. Have a beautiful day. Have a beautiful week. Let me know if you've got any questions in relation to this week's stars, and I'll see you on the interwebs. Bye.